James Turner for the untouchable true school sports. Let's go, baby. Bow!
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so excuse the background. Where I'm staying ain't the most aesthetically pleasing, so I'm kind of like sitting near the mirror, as you can see right there. But that being said, I just wanted to come and give my take on Ryan Rozicki. I was trying to watch the Yamil Peralta rematch, the fight this over the weekend for the WBC Cruiserweight title. I couldn't find a copy anywhere on the internet. I couldn't find a copy anywhere in existence. So if somebody could forward me to a copy of the fight, that would be greatly appreciated. But I have been reading the reports. I have been reading what people have been saying about it. By the majority of the accounts of people that did watch the fight over the weekend between Rozicki and Peralta, the consensus seems to be that it was a close fight, and it was a fight in which Ryan Rozicki, who's not known for being a boxer, made adjustments and outboxed the boxer, outworked him down the stretch, and should have got the nod for a decision. That didn't happen in this case. The fight ends in a draw. The title remains vacant, and the wild events of what's happened with the WBC Cruiserweight title continue. You know, Noel McCallion beat Makabu for the belt about a year or so ago. Rozicki was scheduled to fight McCallion like, was it 3 times? I lost how many count, but you know, multiple times, more times than we can count here on True School Sports. He finally gets a shot at Peralta. Boxes well enough to win by most accounts and doesn't get the decision. So the belt remains vacant. For those that don't know, McCallion is in fact the champion in recess. So, you know, it's up to the discretion of the WBC to figure out what they want to do. You know, right now as we speak, the WBC convention is going on out there in Germany, and the WBC is going to review what's going to happen. And we might, you know, Rozicki might get elevated to WBC champion. Maybe they order a rematch. Who knows? I'm not really into fighters being elevated into world champions and things like that. But if there was ever a fighter that deserved to be elevated to the world champion, it's Rozicki. Rozicki, on the way up, he was fighting, you know, top guys, you know, number 1, number 2, you know, top contenders. Even fought for the Bridgerweight title against a heavyweight, and Oscar Rivas gave him a great fight, lost that fight. You know, was scheduled to fight McCallion like 2 or 3 times. McCallion pulled out 2 or 3 times, goes in there, fights another top contender in Peralta. I mean, the guy has been behaving like a champion, and along with behaving as a champion, Rozicki also, in my humble opinion, if we did a pound-for-pound list of the most exciting fighters in boxing, maybe that could be a video here on True School Sports. You guys let me know. But if we did a video on who the most exciting fighters are in boxing, like not the best, not the most skillful, not the guys that we think are going to the Hall of Fame or anything like that, just the best guys to watch, the most entertaining fighters to watch in boxing, I think Rozicki would be on that top 10 pound-for-pound for the most entertaining fighters in boxing. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I think, you know, if there was ever a guy that should be elevated, I mean, we've seen guys get elevated for a lot less than what Rozicki's had to do in boxing. So, I mean, this is the one time I like to see a guy get elevated, because I know based on this man's track record, based on what he did as a contender, based on what he did, you know, to get the title shot, I know that if he has the belt, he's going to be willing to take on all comers. He'll be willing to take on Jael Pataya, Zoro Ramirez, whoever the case may be at Cruiserweight. So yeah, that's really just my 2 cents on the matter. If anybody does find a copy of the Peralta Rozicki rematch, I would like to watch it, because I couldn't find it anywhere on YouTube, on Google. You know, sometimes it's a lot easier to find nuclear codes than it is some of these fights on the internet. So sometimes, you know, boxing, there's certain fights you have to be there, or else you don't get a chance to really see what happened, unless they put the fight out a year or 2 years later, like they tend to do, these promotional companies and whatnot. So yeah, Ryan Rozicki is not the champion on paper, but by all accounts, he should have been champion. And you know, with the landscape of things, it's still possible that Rozicki might be elevated to champion. So we're gonna keep an eye on all this here on True School Sports. You know, I'm a Ryan Rozicki fan. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you or cap. I like the guy. I like everything about him. I've been in the man's presence when I went to the Adrian Broner Blair Cobbs press conference. And I'll leave you guys with this. When he was supposed to fight McCallion on the Blair Cobbs Adrian Broner undercard, I remember showing up to the press conference really early. It was in Miami, or not Miami, in Hollywood, Florida, at the Hard Rock, and they had it in this like ballroom, the press conference. And I remember at the time, not many people were there. It was maybe like, at the time when I went there, maybe like 10 people that were there at that time. It's like an hour before the press conference. But the 10 people that were there, like, I'm gonna say 7 or 8 of them were either on the stage or near the stage. And I remember I went to go charge my phone, and as I'm going to charge my phone in the back, there's only one guy I see in the back, and he's kind of just you know, staring off into space, pissed off, looking like he wants to fight someone. And who was it? It was Ryan Rozicki, and he stayed in this same spot for like an hour or so. Even when the press conference got more filled up, and even when his promoter Dan Otter walked into the room, he stayed in this spot, focused, pissed off for greatness, and just having his mission on the job. He wasn't in South Florida to enjoy the ambiance of the sunshine or enjoy the, you know, go enjoy the nightlife. That's not Ryan Rozicki. Ryan Rozicki, I'm not even sure, like, Ryan Rozicki, well, I'm sure he would love to be called the world champion, you know, but I think what he's out for is something a bit deeper than a world title. I think Ryan Rozicki is trying to establish his reputation across the board, universally in boxing, as a savage, like a Jack Dempsey, because Jack Dempsey is one of his favorite fighters. So when I think of Ryan Rozicki, I always just think of him in my head, locked in, focused, standing off in the corner, the darkest corner of a ballroom in the middle of the day in South Florida at the Hard Rock, ready for McCallion to show up. And then if you watch the stare down, they had a crazy like stare down, face off type thing. So yeah, anyway, that's enough rambling. Give me your thoughts down below. What do you guys think about Rozicki versus Peralta and how it played out? And what do you think the WBC should do with the Cruiserweight title? Because it's been a mess. So leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you could love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dang. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this, make sure you guys click right over here.
Keep watching my boy BT put on the best interviews out here.